Okay, welcome, welcome. Uh, I'm so glad you could make the time and join us today. So, my name is Peter Kibet. I'm the Cloud Ambassador Kenya, and I'm so happy to have this session with you. And today, basically, what we'll be doing is we'll be just discussing and exchanging workflows. And I'll show you my workflow, basically, how I do use Claude on a daily basis. Journey of what we have done so far. So, we were supposed to have our first meetup in December last year, but due to unavoided circumstances, we pushed it to till January 24th, and that was our first meetup. We were 13 people, and we got to have people from Microsoft, Equity Bank, DRC, and Safaricom, and some. We really got to enjoy the session, exchange ideas of how and the future of AI. The next one, we had a deep dive on February 20th. That was at the iHit Club, where we also had the same session and figure out the workflows people use and the information probably that we'll exchange with each other on what's the best practices we should follow, what are the best use case scenario to make us power users with Claude. And it was nice. And then the next one, we did an AI career talk at the Technical University of Mombasa. And lastly, last Friday, we were here, but due to the rains, people couldn't. We were 21, so the rest said we should redo this. So, and here we are. Happy you could have you have joined us, and now, since it's an open session, I would like probably to get to know each one and probably just a quick introduction as your name and what you do and how you use Claude, basically. Just a quick intro, and we'll move on with the session. Thanks. So we'll start with.
Hi, Daisy Sawe, software developer. I use Cloud mostly for debugging.
Pleasure, pleasure. So okay. So debugging. Welcome, welcome.
Okay, hopefully this thing works. Okay, it does. Excellent. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon.
Good
Welcome.
afternoon.
My name is Robin Mwangi, software developer, working actually. And yeah, Claude usually use it for ideation and debugging. So that is if I want a new pattern to improve currently what I'm doing. Yeah, and it's I think the best tool around. It's superlative to every other AI tool I think that I've used to date. So yeah.
Welcome, Robin.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
I am James. I'm a student, but also like a software engineer and a mobile developer. Currently, I haven't gotten to use Claude up to now. It's now I want to start using it. Yeah. So thank you.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Sam Chalo. I help businesses serve their customers better. And I've started using Claude heavily from January. Currently, daily driving Claude Code. And I use it to deploy CRMs, not custom made, but the existing SaaS platform. So I use Claude to ideate and deploy to the CRM itself. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Liam and I use Claude daily, but for various things. Sometimes to create apps that I use, and yeah, mostly Claude Code.
Wonderful.
Hello,
Hello.
hello everyone. My name is Donald. I'm a student and I'm a developer and I use Claude for my ideas.
Okay.
Hello everyone,
Hello.
my name is Jumba. I'm a student and a software developer too. So I use Cloud for code generation, debugging, and some automation too.
Awesome.
Hi everyone,
Hello.
I'm Chris. I'm a blockchain developer and I use Claude for planning and execution.
Okay. Wonderful.
Hi everyone, my
Hi.
name is Abdurrahman. I'm a program manager and I use Claude for authoring documents, summarizing them, doing analysis, and so on.
Wonderful. Welcome.
Keone, is this thing?
Okay. Yeah.
Hi everyone. My name is Kaluhi. I am a product manager and Claude is like my right hand. If it's down, there's a week it was down, a day it was down for a few hours, and I felt like my right hand was cut off. I use it to with a lot of things from helping me with prototypes, automating specific workflows. I'm also doing my master's, so it's really helping me with my project. So yeah, happy to be here.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmed. I'm a brand designer. And when it comes to software design, honestly, I mostly use Gemini and Codex so far. But Claude, use it mostly to just kind of talk. It feels a little more intelligent when you're just having like a random conversation and idea generation. But yeah, looking forward to see how I can also use it in software design.
Wonderful. Okay. So for myself, I am a software developer, and I had quit software engineering for a while. Went and uh, to do farming in Kitale, and then from there now I revived software, which brought me back to coding. So I went to do coffee farming, and while doing it, now I knew Claude before, and it was my AI of choice. So when Claude Code came out the first time, I was paying pro at that particular time, so I started using it from then, and basically I was doing almost everything. My use case is from writing music, so I use it to draft lyrics, and I use Suno for singing. So I have my own custom music probably on my playlist. So it's something that I really, really love doing with Claude. Another use case is doing documents, and now my biggest use case now is building the supply chain management system for coffee specifically. So I've built a system that manages a coffee farm and helps it get certification for EUDR and um, alliances that certify people to become sellers, specialty coffee. So in coffee, specialty means they sell at say 4 to 5 times rather than other coffee just because they are certified by UDR, global farm practices, and rainforest alliances. So those are amongst the certifications, and what I did found Claude to be helpful for my case. And today now I am going to show you how um, I do. So what I actually built is called the Mulinga Farm Management System. So the coffee that I manage using this system is in Kitale, a place called Mailnane, Cherengani, if you've been to that place. So I have GIS mapping of every plant, geolocated, and I'm adding traceability with avalanche chain. And now it gives compliance based on the tracking. Are you doing the best practices for coffee? Are you applying the right amount of fertilizer? Are you even employing underage or minors, because it will track who did what, for instance, who dried this coffee. So that's what I have managed to do. And it was a project which I tried to do it as my capstone at the university, and my teacher told me, you can't do it by yourself. But when now Claude came out, I was just prompting, and it did wonders to uh, and the results that I got, I am really impressed, and I continue to build on it and planning to commercialize it to other farmers. So after we have managed to get that certification for EUDR, I could have solved that problem, and it could be the POC for me to start, say, raising funds. So another thing I've built is OmniSyncer. So OmniSyncer is a unified business messaging platform. So WhatsApp, social media, business chat, one dashboard, AI service, with Cloud multimodal that I've used. So these are fallbacks, the OpenAI and Gemini. So our Gemini is for design. So quick, what I've just built is my vision is to build something that someone can text on WhatsApp and say, uh, I need poster for this particular. So say this event, okay? So I need a poster. I need a post for this event and a poster. So what that AI does goes back to the backend, designs a poster, send it back to you, ask for your approval, you change things, send it back. When it's ready, it runs and posts it through your social media. When people comment, it can follow through and give feedback using now Claude API. So that's what I'll be doing today, demo, and doing a live security audit and bug fixes on this code base, because it's something that I'm working on, and I'll be happy to show you how I run my code with Claude. So today's session, it was supposed to have this breakdown, and our presenter Willie Mwangi is not here, so I think he's on the way. He's stuck on traffic, so I'll do part of his demo as we move on. So Claude AI, what it is, how to prompt it, and live demos from questions from you. So for me, my use case with Claude AI is I use the desktop app. I don't use web. I I use desktop and mobile. So for desktop, what I do mostly is first thing in the morning, I wake up, I plan with it. So I'll ask it to get my emails, get my schedule, what am I doing today, what task should I do, and it'll populate, say, for like, if you do that, say, and populate, say, for the entire week. So every day it'll just be refreshing and adding things, and it reminds me things. So for this, I'm building this custom thing at the back of my portfolio, which to make it as my PA, which I can plug the Claude API. So that's amongst the thing that I really love about Claude. You can just link it with APIs and do whatever you want to do with it. So so here are the cloud models. So for Claude AI, resides on the web and the desktop app and the mobile app. And there's Opus 4.6, which I honestly do love. I don't know anyone who using Opus. Wonderful. So I love the way it reasons, and my biggest add-on is the 1 million context window now is just gold for me. And if you've been using it, they have been two times used for people, and I just found it really really well, really nice. So another feature is the agent teams. So anyone who has explored agent teams with Claude, where say you have an agent called software engineer and then name it a name, and you have an agent called say this is my graphics designer Paul, because people are going so crazy with this entire thing, and I love it because you get to see the, or rather you get to ideate your ideas in ways that probably you couldn't before with pen and paper, or rather when telling someone. So I love it for reasoning. Next is Sonnet. So Sonnet for me, I just use it for basic tasks like planning now. So I honestly I don't use it for daily coding. I solely rely on this, even if it bans me on token. But it's preferable for daily coding. But say when you want to plan something that's a little bit heavy, now you can use Opus. But when it's just simple things, always rely on Sonnet, and it's free at Claude AI. And then there's Haiku, which is the fastest. I use this to commit myself, so that's my use case. I use it mostly to commit and do write PRs. But now with now the new features that Claude has added, like for instance auto closing hooks, which for instance you can automate this entire process. I have plugged it with Haiku. And for me, I think overall, if you are in this room and if you manage to be here, I would say go for the Pro or Max plan and utilize the Opus and see, just try it out. It's really, it's not a marketing and whatnot. Honestly, just try it out and then you'll give me feedbacks, because for it, today we'll try it with the API and you'll see. So Claude's key capabilities. So not just chat, these are features that change how you work. So for me, Claude Code, my partnership with it, I call it a delegate. So a delegator meaning like I assign it tasks. Like for instance, I tell it, go read my, nowadays, honestly, I don't read emails. It's into my emails, like for the past, since that plugin came out, it's always summarizing my emails, giving me heads up. And for instance, when I first told it to check my emails, it was like, damn, Peter, how are you operating? You don't have flags, the categories. You only have 3. And based on my email, I guess I was supposed to have like 10. And it went ahead and added it using Cowork. So it's really nice. And when now you use extended thinking, that's the God mode. The first time we were using the extended thinking, I never knew it was a thing. I used to type it and say ultra think. I don't know if anyone tried using that one before it was even formal. Ultra think. Okay, ultra think. So okay, so okay, so basically, when they were trying to build this ultra think, when you even typed it on the terminal, it will glow when you say ultra think, meaning it will go above and beyond to try and explore all the possible case scenarios for that particular problem that you've given it, rather than just saying it do this. So there's thinking, ultra think, and what is it? There's a series of names. So based on my experience, what I have just realized is like nowadays with Anthropic, everything is masked from Claude Code, and that's what even spinning Cowork. So Cowork is just Claude Code for non-developers. So it's like wearing a mask. So when you go behind the mask and ask the real person inside its native language, you get the best outcome. At some point, they are even banding. So if you check and Google the docs and the posts, they had ceased operation, its operation. But now, recently, when I took the Anthropic courses, so they are free. There is a free Anthropic course. I don't know if anyone has tried to explore. You completed. Ah, wonderful. So you saw that there was that ultra thing, and yeah. So when you take that course, you'll see that actually it's something that's still native inbuilt at the back end of Claude Code and Claude. So with it now, it has now a fancy name and a fancy switch button, which is now extended things. So basically, the way we found out ultra thinking, it became now an official feature. So now when you click extended thinking, like the reasoning improves and you get the best result. And then another thing that is key capability is artifacts. So Claude can build things in real time, and now it can even control your PC in real time. So you can even do analysis of websites and put tasks on Cowork. Anyone who has tried that use case? Okay, so we'll try it today, and if time allows, we'll really go deep into all this. But if you find probably this session intense, so I'm planning to strip down sessions per block. So if it's Cowork, we'll just be talking about Cowork, and if it's Claude Code, we'll be going Claude Code specifically. Let's say MCPs, we go all into MCPs. But now we're just doing an overview because this is Claude for everyone, and it's an introductory thing on how we'll be doing the other series. So for artifacts, you can tell it even build me a converter, and it builds you in real time using the skills. So here is where you can utilize skills when you want your custom artifacts, and this comes for designers. So people who applied to this meetup, some were there was a ticket for designers, and this is where they can really bring benefit. Especially, so for me, the open thinker that I told you about, I have a designing feature which Gemini Banana, and now with Claude as the Fire Master and how the prompt. So Claude gives Gemini Banana the prompt, but then it generates really, really nice images. And another thing is visions clustering. So one thing that you should be really, really cautious about during this era is breakthrough. And I'll say this with so I don't know if you've seen humans are locked, machines are learned. There's that quote. Humans are locked in, so you own your phone, you own your laptop, but literally you're not learning. You're just following a series of processes. But machines every day are learning. Anyone who knows of Remotask? Remotask. Remotask? Okay. So Remotask is a company that was I literally got interested and introduced to this entire AI thing when I started doing Remotask. So I was privileged when I was in campus. I had a powerful PC. Okay. So I had a PC that had a graphics card. And during that time, there was these side gigs for campus students, if you remember. That's 2021 during COVID, 2020, 2021. So there was this particular job for Remotask which needed high-end PCs, and I managed to be under it. And what we were doing, it was annotating LiDAR. LiDAR. Anyone who knows of LiDAR? So LiDAR are points that autonomous vehicles. If you see in an autonomous vehicle, there's something spinning at the top. So that's LiDAR. It detects the distance between particles. Say if it's a wall, it will show particles. and then you'll have to annotate. So when I was doing that, what basically we were doing, we were teaching the AIs to the self-driving cars to move around the road. So I will say probably I visited the entire of US virtually because it was a very tedious process, 7-hour video. You really study streets and you draw people, and it was really fun, a really fun experience to do. And but at that time, that's when I knew, oh my goodness, we are moving somewhere probably where we are not supposed to at this speed. And that back to my point of where I was telling you, machines are learning while we are um, locked in. So this is where, for me, I find Claude very, very useful. I told myself with this AI thing, I need to write many things down. So I have a couple of notebooks, 2 or 3. So journal and a whatnot and a whatnot. So I write my ideas. Even an architectural diagram, I draw it manually. I don't use, for instance, a visual paradigm. But what I do is I try as much as I can to get my to engage my mind, because most of the time I wake up, it's Claude. You wake up, it's even though I know I learned from Claude, but it's not as the way we used to do things. So here, all my notes, when I have finished writing, take pictures. So when I take pictures, I have Claude go through, summarize, and then now they just did something yesterday, or I think this week, where they launched Notion connector. I don't know if anyone who has tried it, Notion, but you've used Notion, right? You've tried the connector. Ah, ahead of your time, man. So now after the AI has checked my my PDF, my notes and whatnots, I used to get now them in document form and have them documented well. So I found that really, really fascinating for me, and a use case I do enjoy. One thing now, another thing is web search. So web search is really nice when you want to research on things, but when paired with something with a research tool. So on Claude, there is this research tool. And everyone you've seen the research icon, right? So when you try and use web search and research tool, you get really, really nice data. For me, I use for competitors. So to analyze competitors, because I'm doing things probably that other people have done, and I try and have all their features. So a use case will be like, I tell it, yes. Okay. So let me pull and we try a use case. So it has now voice where you can click and record. So what do you think we can explore? Something very brain heavy. Yeah, more context. In probably doing what? Let's make it so that it can guide us well. You can say software developer to go Instagram application, and if we write the PRD, and which tools are used. Okay. So I need you to help me make. So I'm a senior software engineer, and I want you to help me with something that has been tangling my brain. So with the latest advancement of AI and this race to AGI, I am not particularly sure on what to stick and what to use when doing my work as a software engineer. So the options that I have on the table are Gemini, Codex, that's OpenAI, and Claude Code. So I need you to give me all the best use case scenarios, not based on your perspective, but think of it as a persona, or rather someone. Okay, so let me revamp this part. So not on a biased. Okay, so not on a biased perspective as Claude, but as a separate entity who is acting as my personal assistant. So assuming you don't know Anthropic, you are not affiliated with Claude, and you're just here to help me navigate my daily life. So this prompt has been voice recorded. So I need you to restructure it into a professional prompt that I can paste into a new context. Revamp this prompt into a professional prompt that I can copy into a new separate context, a new separate window for fresh context. And then if anything is not clear, I need you to do a QA. Ask me questions if you don't understand what you're supposed to do. And this is a demo that I'm doing in front of people, so don't fetch context from memory of this chat, of my chat. Actually, it has an incognito marker. Those are the questions that we need to run for clarity. So you see, it has gone to interview us and asked us a few clarifying questions. What is the scope of use case? So what are we trying to achieve? Are we trying to comparing these tools specifically for coding assistance? And okay, because do you want to break down tools like X? Okay. Okay, so I guess you can see the questions clearly of how it's interviewing me. Okay, so we'll just answer real quick. For question one, I am comparing these tools specifically for coding assistance. So all of the above. And for question two, So all yes, so Codex is my umbrella for OpenAI ecosystem. Best use case scenarios. Yes, so tool X is best for Y type of task, or more, or here is a recommended daily workflow stack. So yeah, that's what I want. And yes, it should include. Yes, I need a single clean copy and paste, copy and ready prompt. So as you can see, probably we haven't followed any specific, say, guideline, but it has, what I like to do with Claude, I always want it to interview me so that it gets the best, so that we can really come to an understanding as to what I want. For this, it'll save you lots of tokens, by the way, honestly. So I don't know why it didn't pull. It always has this Q&A feature, which it asks you questions and then you answer question by question or select or check, and it gives you suggestions. So let's see what it do. So as we wait, okay, let's see. So we can see this is the prompt that we'll have. So you are an independent and biased AI technology advisor with deep expertise in software engineering, workflows, developer tooling, and the current AI landscape. You have no affiliation with any AI company, not Anthropic, not OpenAI, not Google. Your loyalty is helping me make the best tooling decision for my actual work. You see that prompt? So if you give it something like that, trust you me, you'll get unbiased results. And let's do copy. And start it here. So probably if you want to read more, let me show more. So it went about to first say about me. This is what I do. So I told it not to pick things from the memory it did. So you see it picked whatever I do. So coffee operations with whatever. So shoot, okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So it really did a wonderful job. See, exactly when you tell it what you need is good prompting practices. So here we are seeing almost all the best prompting practices done by Claude itself. And you saw the kind of input we gave it, right? It was so gibberish, literally, close to. And you can see the output we are seeing from the prompt. So as we wait, I would like to hear more. Anyone who want to share probably how he uses Claude on the daily basis? While we wait for it to do, what's your typical workflow? Anyone? Yes. So my take is, so one, when you're using Claude Code, never let the context window pass 70% or 77. Oh, I'll show. Okay, so for me, I have custom status lines on my Claude Code. So I have customized it to see how the context. I'll show you because there's something that's running already. Or rather, we'll just reach there. So let's just finish this. So, and then for about what you've asked, especially when it's on chat, yeah. So when I have a long chat and I reach somewhere where probably I think it's not giving me good answers, I always tell it to summarize it and extract it as a prompt. So amongst my skills, there's something called prompt engineer. So prompt engineer, so most of my prompts I have to pass. So you see, basically almost close to the workflow that we have done, yeah? So it always revamps my prompts. So I use that skill to tell it to summarize everything and then give me a prompt to paste on a fresh window. As you see what I've just exactly done. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we'll reach there. So skills. Okay, just to summarize quickly, to answer quickly, skills are custom instructions. So I have, say, a skill for prompt engineering. What does it do? When I've voice recorded something, especially, I do that a lot. So okay. So I wasn't expecting this also. Wow. So it went above and beyond. I'll come back to your question. When I cover skills, so this is the response we got. I don't know if it's interactive. Oh, it's interactive. Okay, so AI tools comparison, honest to experience, and mind you, this we never even added research, but the web search was on. So knowledge cutoff, current state March 2026. So comparison it reflects the state of tools as of late March 2026. So it gave you the entire Claude ecosystem. Opus, Sonnet, 4.5, context, Claude Code, terminal agent with voice. Literally, yeah, now I do love the voice. You hold space and you use voice. It's really nice. Loop, background agents, work trees. I do work trees a lot. And remote control. Yeah, the feature where you can chat with it on your phone. And next, it gave you the comparison, all of them without being biased, as you can see. So based on your, is it biased here, where we are first? But no, based on what you're reading, literally. because we are humans and we're intelligent creatures. Until probably when we reach the singularity where there's an AGI that surpasses all our reasoning. That's when we can think maybe it's tricking us. What do you think? Honest opinions based on the prompt and what we got. And it gave a tip about GitHub Copilot. It went and did strength mapping. Gave itself probably the best in class. I don't know, for some reason. Oh, okay. So it's a breakdown. So best in class, I guess it's their strongest feature. In one paragraph. Sorry? In one word or in one, okay, answer in one word. So I need the answer in one word. Who's or what's the best tool to use? Either way. Let's see if it will think. Yeah. So let's edit. In So yes, yes. I haven't explored much into the remote control side. Yes. Accurate rendering. So I'll say the voice is really, really good as compared to. So I use, I have a custom whisper, custom voice tool for myself, and I also use voice control for Microsoft. So between the two, Claude one is better. Yeah. But also it consumes lots of internet of say bandwidth. So on low internet, it's yeah laggy. So I would say that's the the use case found. So yeah, the next feature is projects. So I would say projects are like persistent context across conversations. So like for instance, I have a project specifically for this event. So what I do, not for this event, for my entire Claude work. So what I do with that particular project is it helps me plan everything and remind me and have just context of almost everything that I started doing since January. And I find it useful and not useful at the same time when you want to pull context from it. So for now, the chart can't access. So when you use ordinary chart, it can't access the memory of a project. So that's something that I have added as a proposal for fixing on their issues on their GitHub. So otherwise, I find it really nice in retaining related context. So now, one thing that will make you a Claude Power user is prompting. So when you prompt effectively, you'll get the best results. So you can see the difference between this. Tell me about coffee diseases. It needs to go and have a lot of heavy brain thinking and waste your tokens, as compared to what are the most three common Arabica coffee diseases in central Kenya highlands, about above 1,500 meters, and what's the treatment timeline for each during the wet season. So you can see the difference between the two prompts. So key techniques are be specific, give examples, set the role. And in Claude Code, point the right direction or the right files. Don't make it guess. I use extended thinking in chat and iterate. Don't like restart. So this is what I use a lot when probably I do my work. So it remembers the memory part. It does have context, and as I've told you, the problem is, for my issue now is it doesn't have memory for projects. Yeah. But ordinarily, it's really good for me, and I would like you guys to try. So due to time, this is the demo I wanted to do, but we are a little bit late, and I want to do to cover almost everything so that everyone can get the best out of this. So I just wanted to convert this session into one thing. Anyone who has a problem who thinks Claude can solve it, that we can just do a live demo, not something that will take much time, say 5 to 3 minutes. Anyone? Any problem that we can brainstorm together and try and address with Claude, and so that it can count as our live demo. Okay.
A tool to get like some travel tips in that place, and also to book trains, get the timings and the timetable of trains.
Okay.
Let's do Morocco, for example.
let's do over.
Morocco.
Okay. So Morocco. Okay. So you want it to build a tool to so let me just try and understand this part. Mhm.
Between different cities and to get information about the trains and buses, timetable and pricing.
Okay. Unaweza type here. Let me just. So there's no voice for this. Okay. Let me just try. I need you to build me a tool that will help me plan my trip to Morocco. So the tool is supposed to help me get travel destinations, get train schedules, air schedules, and best hotels to book their services with, places to visit. That's good. And I want you to advise me on the best approach on how I will tackle this. So what did you do? Had to think. So I had forgotten to turn extended thinking. So so it went and gave me this approach. Should we try the same prompt on ChatGTP? Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. Mhm. So literally it went ahead and started designing because it started with it searched the it gave a recommended approach, so interactive trip planning dashboard. So it gave the tech, it suggested the tech a comprehensive React artifact. So it has used React JS, and it went phase 2 when ready actual booking for real bookings. The honest best approach is using established platforms. Interesting. I will say I guess that's the best advice. But, and I don't know why it pulled context on incognito. Because I assumed probably when it's in incognito, it's not supposed to pull context. So do you see do you find it has it probably done it as you would have expected, or it underperformed? Say based on the approach. Okay. So as we wait for that, let's push on. Um, so have a break. So I don't know if everyone has downloaded Claude AI, and so I'll say everyone. So for now it's free, no credits, and then I will also need you to set up the Claude what is it? The Claude console. If you don't have, because that's where the APIs will come. So the APIs don't come to your AI, Claude AI. They go to Claude console. Sorry? Yes. Claude APIs. Yeah, so you have to set the Claude console first. Yeah. No, it's just free. It's a set. Okay, so let me share the link. Where is the link from Claude console? Najua. Hmm. Hmm? Check Claude console. So Billy is sharing it to the group. Also, if you have joined the group, there is a link on claudekenya.org. So we have our WhatsApp group there. So just share it now. It's platform.claude.com. Platform.claude.com. Let me open my just a few, so that you can continue and redeem the tickets while. Are we all there? So it should look something like this. So these are where our Claude APIs will come. So from here, you can link Claude to the backend of your applications. So say as the use case that I told you, I have unified business messaging platform. So I use it as my AI thinker. You've set up? Okay. Sorry?
How can I download?
No, it's just like that. Yeah. So from there now, that's when you can. So this is for builders. So something like say Lovable. Okay. So what Lovable does is they have a front end. Okay, customized to certain tools of the back end, and amongst those tools is Claude, and this is where they connect it from. Okay. Yeah. So that's where our credits will come. So I think let's yeah. So this is what it built for us. Oh, I like the UI. So travel intelligence system, Morocco trip planner. So destinations, transport, itinerary builder, travel intel. So for instance, if we have this as a system here and plug in Claude APIs, we can be able to ask Claude, say, find explore destinations. When you click explore destination, Claude will analyze destination and give you destination based on the way we are seeing on this template. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So that was amongst my presentation. So I don't know if time will allow, I'll show. So you can now plug the API, as I've said, say to say for instance for the coffee management system, it detects diseases. So when you take a picture of a disease, Claude it uses all the Claude features. So for instance, Claude has vision. Okay, so the vision, it will look at the leaf and then understand what the disease is, and then give you feedback based on that. So you see that ordinarily you will go to chat, test the image, get feedback. But say if it's something that needs to be logged, say periodically, from time to time, you will have to have a system for that. So does it certify our? So let's try this UI. So say transport, getting there. So it went and starts the fare prices, give you a report from values for 6 to 13 seconds, and March is the cheapest month. Give you a train's destination. So the that UI is a little bit, they probably better on map. So the destinations are here with our trains network. So give you an itinerary builder. You can build destinations. You can see something that you need to plan with an intelligent system behind the scene. So you can have traveling intelligence. So it gives you where you can get quicker services compared to instead of building Morocco. So you see that's a critical well thought out thing. Yes. Instead probably because a different agency number one and this one is lazy for you and ask if you want a code. So this one thought with you and probably pulled my context as a CTO. That's a very good one. So so it gave you even literally just like the practical location, what you need to carry, the language gives you up front, and probably will filter English for in English in voice areas. Told you which team can combine. So told you which team can combine, and gave you something to really carry around on such kind of a trip. So back to our presentation. Okay, so we'll go now to Claude Coder. Yes.
So I think just seeing that. So the code is the easy part.
Yeah.
My question is, I mean, how far are we when we can get to a point where Claude can also take over the DevOps things like authentication, payments, the database, all of that? Just as it's doing the UI and the code, it's finishing it quickly. Like how soon are we going to get to a point where it can just take over the entire process, like setting up authentication and everything? Because now, if I want to put that thing live, I have to go buy a domain, set up a database, all of that. So
yeah. So I think there are startups that are literally doing that as we speak. Have you ever heard of something called Devin AI? So Devin, they have been trying to achieve that, and probably where are they right now? We don't know, because yeah, it came with a hype, but it's like the Iron Man suit. So recently, I was just scrolling on Instagram and I saw that concept. Someone has already implemented. No, so now you need to understand how power users now work. So the idea is the campaign that I'm pushing now is to push the power user perspective. So literally now whatever is selling are workflows. I don't know. So that's that's the space we are moving to. So what people are buying out here is not your code and not that can be generated in minutes. It's your architecture, your workflow. So when you manage to have a workflow, say for all whatever you've said, I've seen people on on TikTok and X say that they have agents that they leave them autonomous to work on whatever you've just said. So it narrows down to workflow. So it picks your brain, and then your brain now structure how you use, how literally how you operate, for instance. And then when you automate it, you have your small you. Yeah. Any question? Yes. Why Opus?
Like, you know,
As I started the meeting, I told you, honestly, I have very less experience with Sonnet. I used Sonnet like last year, mostly.
but isn't it consuming too many tokens?
Either way, I don't care because
It's on tokens. It's like sometimes you just need to, you know, it's like opening a bottle with a forklift, man.
so I would say like why we are in a race where anyone with anyone with a faster space shuttle will probably reach somewhere far. That's the idea. Like if you've seen conversation with if you follow Gary Tan is the CEO of Y Combinator. He's like AI tokenizations needs to happen in the universities as a package. It's computing power, brother. If you have the best computing power, you're literally ahead of
I mean,
everyone.
that's from my experience. Huh? I use Sonnet, right?
Uh-huh.
And I only use Opus really. And in most cases, it takes me on another whole. It overthinks it.
Oh, so now they have an auto opus. So that opus, the one that we have now, it's I manage. So for me, I get pre-access. So it's something that I've been using say since I started using Macs. So I always get all these features before others. So I got the feature where Opus can have the effort. I don't know if all of you have it now. Effort. Okay.
You talked about OpenAI, right? So
Yeah.
there's Codex
Yeah.
5.4.
Mhm.
So have you ever used it with? So it's just Opus.
I never switch. If I marry one person, it's just one. Honestly, and literally that's the reason probably I'm standing here. As I've told you, I started using the Claude last year. I checked my bills. It's around the same time Claude came out. Claude Code. So
Have you used it with tools and agents like maybe something like OpenClaw or something similar? Have you used it with that?
yeah, so that's why I have two laptops. So this one, so for me, I take very strategic slow approach. So this laptop is my entire playground. So this is where I'm learning. So I'm still documenting for the purpose of also these sessions and for myself purpose. So that's a session I'll do later. But yes, I have, but not extensively. Yeah. Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
So when it was building the front end or something,
Mhm.
I saw it used JavaScript, right? It has like preferences. So and we didn't tell it to like use a specific tool.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm curious to find out like does it have preferences in other stuff? How is it getting to the preferences?
And I guess that now comes to whatever we were talking about. So here, it all comes down to here. So be specific. If you want certain language, but say whatever it will do, it will pick the best logical option. So it will be like, sorry.
It decides for itself.
Yes. And as I started talking, I was saying about the people who are doing remote tasks. So literally, it's so funny how AI is literally training itself because you will find the people probably who were not doing heavy jobs on remote tasks. They are using the same AI to literally work on those tasks. So like task for say language, they'll use Claude to answer the questions on remote tasks. I don't know if you get the cycle. So literally, it has been training itself ever since. Yeah, and it knows probably the best option to pick and the best approach. to, yeah. So yeah. So what does Claude Code does? Not autocomplete, not a chatbot, no, an agent that reads, plan, write, test, and ships code. So literally the yes, sorry.
Now with Claude Code, code generation has become much faster, but this comes with comprehension depth. So which is the best way to mitigate this?
So as I went back to whatever I was saying, brain rot. And if you follow me on X, there's this a retweet I did like it's really hard to catch up, and people are just autonomously using Cloud without learning. So with me, I have custom tools which help me navigate through concept. So and that takes you back to pen and paper. So if you're working without pen and paper, it's just Claude Code. I don't know if you can retain all of that.
Just to give a tip on the question he asked, comprehending what has been done by AI. I'm not a dev, but I've seen some dev use a really good workflow where once it generates the code, you ask it to give you a question and answer, where you get to, it asks you about what it has done, so that you're able to understand it a bit more. So that workflow, so if you have that in your workflow, probably you'll get to understand what it is written. Yeah.
Wonderful. And that's where I was heading with my answer. So as I've told you, for me, my approach is, my workflow is pen and paper. So for things that I think that I need, say I've done 50 features, right? I'll draft, say, using the pull requests. So pull request, this did this, I'll need to revisit later. So when you revisit later, you use the same Claude now as he has said to teach you and interview you and literally talk to you and ask you now, I need you to explain again. And you'll say it, and then it'll be like, no. You're still not at it. Yeah. So, yes.
Yeah, kindly could you highlight on the project feature on the website, on the web chat section, and also a bit on the terminal, how you connect and continue using it.
Okay. So, let me just answer probably that quick. For the project feature, it all narrows down to workflows. So you can have the entire project feature on your terminal, literally.
I'm saying there's a project section.
Yes,
on,
yes.
On the chat, on the web section.
Yeah.
So how to navigate, how to work with it.
Okay, how to work with it. Okay. Yeah. So on chat, or you asked also on Claude Code?
On the web chat. The web that you access through the browser.
Okay, so I think it's something that's changing, and as of now, they have moved to Copilot. So let me just show you. They have moved to Cowork, and Cowork is also having so that's Cowork, and it also has projects. So I will say the best approach for now is use Cowork, because you see it asks you work in a project. When I select work in a project, it will. So what you do this before you set up a project, fork the project from the chart as you've seen it in the chart. So fork the memory and the context, and then now you can select it from this drop down, and then now work from there. So the use case will be, say, as I gave you an example, a project for planning, say, this session. So I'll say like list all the events probably that I have and plan say the meetings that I need to hold with the guest speakers, the posters that I need to make for each event. I don't know if you.
The primary interest was in a section right there on the far left.
This one.
There's a section for projects.
Yeah, that's why I've said it's shifted.
It has the whole.
So it's
shifted,
here.
okay.
Yeah. So I've told you. So with it's here.
Yeah. So how to know to work with.
So you can see. Okay. So these are personal for me. Yeah. So Cloud Community Kenya. So the goal of this project is help me plan cloud community events in Kenya. So that's the project by itself. So for everything that entails cloud planning community, I don't do it in my ordinary chats because the context is not there. And say if I did an event in January and I'm writing now, how many chats are in between? Lots, right? So doing it here, it's really convenient. And I have, these are my, I am also a volunteer software developer at a church, and I'm also the media guy. So I use it to craft Facebook posts. Yeah. So and it's something that I was it's on my schedule tomorrow. As I've told you, it just came out this week. So it came out with a bunch of new features like iMessage connector. There's the Vassal connector. There's the railway connector. So lots of things. You know, for Claude, every new feature every day, and it's hard to catch up. Yeah. So building a feature where you can pull from every latest news. So the best thing right now is have it do almost the way it's moving fast. You need to move fast with it. Yeah. So I will advise, say even with your tokens, try. So for my use case, I have an personal assistant at the back end of my portfolio. So I'll advise all of you to have, say, a PA with Claude at the back of your things. So I honestly can't say. So I am on Claude Max, which is a separate thing. So that's why I'm saying, for instance, I don't know how. I'm always almost out of token the next time. Yeah. So almost all of I utilize it well. Yeah. Yeah. So these are the concepts you need to know about Claude Code. So it reads code based and understand context, plan approach, write code, run test, fix errors, commit, and PR. So everything simply put here for best output, it will come and narrow down to your workflows. So workflows, I mean by this. Are you using, say, Claude Pro? So Claude Pro, you know, probably it has limitations. And you'll need, say, to factor in things like Claude, Gemini, or rather shifting. You have to have a tailored use for that specifically, right? So that you get the best out of it and you also manage your work properly. So the concepts that I use is the best thing that I love is Claude MD. So Claude MD is literally the brain of your project. So there is a universal Claude MD. A universal Claude MD runs across all your projects, sits on .claude at the C root level, and there is a project-based Claude MD. Okay, so project-based Claude MD defines how a certain project works, and there's a third one. Okay, what's the third one? So there are three types of Claude MDs, and rules, architectures, file locations, anything fancy. The way you said now, this is where you dictate which you wanna use. So here it can't guess when you've dictated. Say I use Java, it can't go to React Native. It can't even suggest. Yeah, and another thing I use is hooks. So hooks helps me from all AI gibberish. For instance, say you have a feature probably that you did before, and that code that AI went and redo the feature again. So here you can put safety guardrails. pre-tool use blocks, dangerous commands, and post-tools used to trigger cascading workflows. So the way you'll customize it here, the better for you. So for me, I have stop hooks for, say, committing. So when when I'm doing anything related to commit, it needs to check, are there any errors in this project? If no, it can't commit. So a stop hook is basically a trigger that's triggered when a certain condition is met. Okay, so a hook, a hook and a tool. So a hook is a tool. Yeah. Yeah. So a hook is among the tool. So next is skills. So skills are usable workflow templates, and I'll just pull my workflow so that you can see what I'm talking about. We're really, really out of time. Okay. So I'll pull everything I'm working on. Seriously. And by the way, we do love the theme. It's a custom theme for this VS team. So I was talking about status. Someone who was asking about how do I know the context that I'm left with. I have a custom status bar here. You see, it's 576 out of 576K out of, no, it's 576 out of 1.1 M. Sorry? No, yeah. That's why I also don't use the web most of the time. For the best, for you to get the best out of this, you need to really invest in it. Sorry? So for Cowork, it's a little bit different because you get your set. Okay. So let me just open settings so that I can show you the usage. So you can see the usage. There is usage, and I also spend extra most of the times. So I exhaust them, and then I also yeah. So it's a pain on your bank, but also if you're doing something productive with it, it's really helpful. Yeah. So this the total you get for say current section. This is what I'm left with, and this is what I have for the week, and this for Sonnet only, and this for extra usage. Okay. Yeah. So for as you can see, for Claude Code is really custom. You can have even a window just to know how many tokens it has used, and there's a cost feature. So I can show you the costing. So there's so there is a cost. So you can see yeah, so the cost is not even here. When you're using APIs, that's when you can see cost per chat. Sorry? All stats. There was usage or something. Oh yeah. Yeah. 100% of the context. As I've told you, I don't wait for that. I wait 77, you start somewhere or you teleport. 77, you compact when you reach 77. You can set with a hook. That's why I'm saying workflows, really, really important. Yeah. You can set with a hook. So there is a pre-compact hook. I don't know if anyone who has seen You've used it. Yeah, there's a tool for that. Okay, so assuming all the details it remembers based on that particular chart. So say we were asking it to create a feature for our site dashboard. Okay? So all the context for that site dashboard, if it could manage to finish, it has to compact so that it can start again. So say it has used the entire million token in working in that project. Okay, so it needs to summarize that context and then start a new.
When the content gets to like fast,
Mhm.
does it affect the point?
No.
Because we need to check out.
Yeah. That's why I said for now it's 70 optimal. Yeah. So this workflow I'm picking from someone called Garitan. I don't know if you can check Claude ClaudeKenya.org. There's a community section where you can upload workflows, readmes, and whatnot. So go and check that workflow. That's the person where I get all my. He's like he has literally an entire agent open sourced for called GStack. It's literally even on Claude, literally called GStack. GStack, yeah. You've used it. Ah. Okay. So you mind sharing the experience? Because probably
Hi everyone. I did use it, but I've pretty much customized for myself a lot of the stuff. Because for him, I think you have like a chief, a CTO. He's customized an agent. There's a CTO and so on. But because I'm not a dev, I usually just observe the workflows that people have from a first principles perspective. Then I'll implement it for myself because like for me, I have created like my own skills, own projects. Yeah. So, and I reflect skill. I don't know if I can talk about it for long. So he said, yeah, I can share it. I'm using the terminal. I'm using the terminal. So yeah. For those who are not here, I do what? I help businesses serve their customers better. I implement CRMs and so on. So ideally, they have set up my workspace. I have one folder called AIX, my name, Chalo, workspace. So inside there, I've organized projects, areas, resources. If you know Tiago Forte, I have like his architecture. So then inside each project, I have a Claude.md. There's a root Claude.md that tells it about myself. And then now inside each project, I have a Claude.md that then tells Claude about this specific client, where we currently are at in the specific project. In the project itself, I also have the MCP tools that are specific to that client. So every time I open that specific project, I can just ask it, where are we? And it can know, okay, this is where we've got so far. And if I have a very long session, I have a skill called /reflect. So /reflect tells it, okay, look at the whole conversation, update Claude.md based on what we've been able to do. So the next time I open the project, it's sort of up to date. And then now with connectors, like with when you're doing meetings, for example, when you meet up with clients, I record my meetings on Notion using the Notion meeting notes. So once I'm done with the meeting, I just give it the link to the page, tell it, okay, we've done a meeting with this client. What are we supposed to do next? So it just goes
pivoting into security, even moving from Windows a little bit to Linux, and spending my time there. So hooks, really would advise you guys to try out. So look, even it gives me new ways based on the model advancements. So probably it will tell me that your old ways of using cloud is not good. You can use it like this. I would say that. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So if you need me to help you set, you can arrange, and then we can. I can guide you through on how to probably do this. And You can see a tip at the end. Because it's supposed to interview me. So I was like, why are you not asking me questions? You're just proceeding. So, and yeah, man, there's just lots. And yeah. So we have covered hooks, skills. I was skills you can get it in the marketplace, and then MCPs, the model context protocol, also in the plugins. Permissions. So always allow is what I use, but for any feature or any logical thing, always use plan mode. Anything that's complex, plan mode, then do auto. And yeah, so I don't think even I'll be able to do that demo because our time is up, and we'll have to reschedule this. So I was to do a live demo on my OmniSyncer. So I did a research, and amongst the security vulnerability that people are doing is exposing their APIs, especially in this API coding, vibe coding era. People are like, I need you to edit my env. Seriously, it's something you can just click and but people are so lazy to that point. And when you do that, you end up exposing your credentials. So that was the use case I had prepared to demo for you guys, but because of time, we can't move there. So I don't know, man. So before we go to the next thing, of which probably we need now to plan well. So any questions so far? Comment? Any question? Okay. Another version? Yeah, you can. So just do slash model, and so here AI provider. No, I don't think so. You can. Yeah, maybe, but I don't think I don't think you can do that. Yeah. But it will flag you. Nowadays, people are being banned for something just like that, and you lose your access. Yeah. So if you use Olama locally and then have it integrated with Olama, you can achieve that. Now you see that's where a use case, a custom use case like Gary's comes in. So yes, it's possible, but you need to be a really big power user to reach there. Because you customize everything. You see the way you've just explained, that's your entire use case, specifically for you. So you need to go down, customize it for you. Yeah. So, okay, I thought you were asking models, so yeah. So enterprise results is, people are saying faster incident investigation like RAM, faster time to market, Rapton, Spotify said reduced engineering time. Like literally, if you saw the post where the Spotify CEO said, all their devs are not writing any lines of code. I am one of them. Like honestly, right now the only lines of code I do is lit code. So I try as much as I can to do lit code and hacker ranks, but writing code, architectures, yeah. So we are moving in a period where if you're not using and utilizing this, you're falling behind. Yeah. So also another thing that's really, really important, even if you're vibe coding, okay, I would advise even hire one if you if you don't understand. So the architecture really is the key and the backbone to your system. And when you're using Claude, for instance, always start with Opus. If it's a project that has already started, do /init. /init will gain context and build memory on it. That's the Claude.md. /init. So /init on a new project. And then when you're starting something that you don't have source code behind it, start with documents. So documentation is what I always start and test. So that's for dev side. Don't just build. Start by how will the test look like, how they document everything, the architectures. Then from there now you can, when you start coding now, it will be a very seamless process. Mhm. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. But I would say for that now, we are moving in areas where prompt injection is a thing. So I will advise nowadays even don't just download let's say a repo without say running security checks. Okay. First thing you do, probably do it on get a separate machine or try and utilize virtual the virtual boxes and virtual sandboxes. Because right now, man, you should have 2 GitHub accounts, one running that, and when you make sure it's really good. But it's a nice approach, and it's an approach that I've been using where don't reinvent the wheel. If there's something that has already been done in a nice structured approach, always have. So, and for me, I have that default template I use. So I learned it when I was doing microverse. Anyone who did microverse? Oh, you did microverse? Ah, okay. So no, they stopped their services. Yeah. So when we were doing microverse, they had these templates, an entire repo. It was an organizational repo where you'll have templates to bootstrap everything. So if it's a React app, after you've understood really the backend and how it works, you don't need to build it now every day. You just have one, start from it. Any other question? Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So I think I would say you should have a custom skill for that, or to be checking something like that. So you see, that's a unique use case for you, right? So you can have a custom skill to run all checks when probably you run something like that, or say when you fork something or when you clone something. Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard about it. Okay. Did you try probably asking Claude to brainstorm with you? So Claude has a skill feature. When I'm talking about all these skills, custom skills, you're not coding them. So Claude has a custom skill feature which generates skills based on your use case. So for instance, the way what you've just told me, if you would have gone and dialogued with Claude and it will ask you questions and then you will answer, go back and forth, and then come to a mutual understanding, and then it will create a skill so that you don't repeat probably whatever you do. Yeah? Okay. Any other questions? So try and see if it's working. Anyone? You only sign one, and there's no support for this. Yeah, it's running, right? Sorry, it's showing. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So no, it hasn't. I would say the spike is high. The dopamine hit probably is high. So you need to say to complete an entire SAS and say, wow. So I've done something, literally. I would say that's the kick for my case. Like it doesn't come now from building. It comes probably from when you get something to work right. Yeah. So that's my take on it. So probably since I've had to cut the slides, we'll plan on when we can do this because as you can see, it's too many things that probably needs to be split down into different certain things. Yeah. And if it's Claude Code, we talk about Claude Code. If it's MCPs, we dive deep into MCPs. So I'm also planning a hackathon. So if you know someone who will benefit from it, let me know. And I share the link and the group links to with them. And so probably before we conclude, I'll just ask you for one quick favor. We can just probably take a quick group photo here so that we can, post on our timelines and ask people who could manage to join and network. And I would like to hear your workflows, how, or what you will want to see in the future Claude meetups, and how probably you utilize it. Because for me, I'm trying to do some backend. So if you don't mind, you can just take probably a quick group photo for the community. And if also you have questions or you need setup with Claude, I'm here. We can exchange contacts, and then we can have a group call. Meet, Google Meet. I can walk you through.
Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. One, here comes the two to the three to the four. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. Two stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Dale's got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Mama. Déposez là.
And also next time there'll be much t-shirts, stickers. So the shipment will be that's why we are here.
Cadê? Rentrez, sortil, rentrez, sortil, rentrez, sortil. Ami, c'est ça qui passe, n'a bouillé, c'est. Coller sous lit, bouiller sous lit, baiser le coussa, caresser le coussa, coller sous lit.